Yeah, the sun's burning fog off the Tennessee. The Vawl Navy's making waves and it's orange they believe. Vawl Nation's tailgating and they're raring to go. Yeah, when Nealon gets to rocking, it's a hell of a show.
Starting now, Spanky.
There we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vawls Deep Podcast, episode 28. Now, time flies. It's odd not having Tennessee football this week, but we're going to talk a lot about college football and basketball tonight, some NFL talk. Spanky, Spur, Corbin, how y'all doing?
We're bundled up in this Vawls cave here. It's a little chilly.
Fine, dandy, and
feel
sweet as
good.
candy.
Hey, we're going bowling, by God.
Going bowling. As always, coming to you live from the Vawl Cave. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Share this out for us. Give us some likes if you don't care. If you can't listen to the full show tonight, it will be uploaded on all podcast platforms later tonight. So we have a ton to talk about regarding the Tennessee football team. The transfer portal is in full effect. We'll also hit on some Tennessee basketball, both men and women, of course. It's not been pretty for our Lady Vols.
No, it's not been pretty at all. But, you know, the season's still young. Our Lady Vols need some help right now. Rakia Jackson should be coming back soon, so that'll help. They're playing Middle Tennessee State as we speak, and it's currently, about 2 minutes ago, it was still tied going into the second quarter.
Yeah, the men have been a little bit sloppy as well. You know, they shine in moments, but we'll hit more of that. I keep saying it though. It's been a rough start for Kelly, and they really need Rakia Jackson back bad, really bad. Tennessee football's going bowling versus Iowa in the Citrus Bowl. We'll talk more about this matchup versus the Hawkeyes later. It's going to be fun.
Gonna be warm. Orlando, baby. What do you think, Spank?
Hey, I feel pretty good about the matchup because, you know, Iowa, they struggle with touchdowns, and touchdowns has somewhat been our strong suit, so we could be in for a good game.
We have this week's game predictions coming up. We have giveaways. Spur, who won last week's prediction
give me
giveaway?
2 seconds, I'll tell you. 2 seconds. Oh, Kevin Carr was the winner last week.
Okay, Kevin Carr. Have you messaged him yet?
I have not, but I tagged him in the post.
Okay, good deal. Congratulations, Kevin, for winning last week's giveaway. We'll message you. We'll be doing another one tonight. What are we calling this one tonight, Spur?
I don't know. Bowlmageddon.
Bowlmageddon.
Bowlmania.
I like Bowlmania.
How the Bowl stole Cofield. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, that one. Let's hope that one doesn't get screwed either.
All right, so at the end of the show, we will do our big bowl game pick'em. Speaking of predictions, the current football pick'em standings go as follows. In first place, we have Corbin still. He went 5-5 last week and still in first place. His overall record is 86-49. Spanky moved up to second place, going 7-3. Overall record of 84-51.
Wait, what's Corbin's at?
86-49. You're 2 behind him.
I'm 2 behind him. Okay.
I'm in third place. I went 5-5. I'm 83-52. And then in last place, Spur also went 5-5. 82-53, so it's tight. It's tight.
We're real tight.
What Travis go this week?
Travis did not do so well this week.
He didn't?
No, he did not. Travis bombed out this week.
So Corbin, Spur, and myself all went 5-5.
All
right, Corbin picked 53 total points, Georgia versus Bama. Spurs picked 64. I picked 54. The game had 51 total points. So Spur has to dip into the cup of misfortune.
Yet again.
We'll see what his punishment is for losing last week's pick'em. We'll also explain how all that works towards the end of the show, so you all can get in on the Vols Deep pick'em. We have start bench cut. We have Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other, and of course we have the duel. Who will win the championship belt tonight? Fan and listener voted, so stick around and vote in the comment section on who you think wins the 3-man duel.
Still trying to figure that out.
Well, we kind of added a third, but you don't want to miss that entertainment. It's always fun. We'll be right back with our recap. Please share this out for us. Hit the like button, and let's have a good time tonight. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vawl Daddy. I want to give a big shout out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians, local people. Chad's from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
Man,
All right, welcome back to episode 28 of the Vawls Deep Podcast, coming to you live on Facebook, both of our channels, and YouTube. About to hit this week's recap. Appreciate the comments, the likes, and the shares. Miranda wants to know why we have our hats on and hairs up. I guess they've got their hoods on, and because they're scared that I'm Morgan Wallen myself and cut my hair. I'm just kidding. Mine's up in a bun.
You know,
It's cold, huh? It's cold.
the owner of the Vawls Deep Studio here hasn't afforded heat yet, so it's a little chilly.
We need more sponsors.
Yeah.
Sponsor us so we can get heat in here.
Yeah, y'all are freezing us out.
I think everybody needs to, send some money our way for sponsors so we can get a heater. I'm sure it'd be a blessing for
We
you.
got a heater. It just ain't on right now, boys.
I'm sure it'd be a blessing to you, everybody out there. So give us. I think we need to do a special love offering.
Speaking of sponsors, we missed one last week. I don't think he's watching yet, but I want to go ahead and throw a thank you out to Mark Avery for sending us some stars again last week. We completely missed it somehow.
I didn't see it either. Jonathan Hahn says Big Ten construction needs to pony up. They do. They need to send some big bucks in, Jonathan. Your brother, you're going to have to get on him. Everybody hit Jonathan up, too. He's a big shot at the volunteer club, and he can hook you up with anything you need done there. So
Hey, I'm also looking forward to that volunteer club tailgate in Orlando.
it's going to be awesome. Tell us more about the volunteer club tailgate in Orlando in the comments, Jonathan. Let's start with Tennessee football. They've been selected to go to a bowl game in Orlando. The Citrus Bowl, we were kind of familiar with that back in the day, but projected to go to a few different bowls, but not this one. Tennessee plays Iowa January 1st. I love the matchup.
It's a pretty big bowl game, bigger than what we was projected to get, honestly. And it's a lead in to the college. It's the last bowl game of the season. That's the lead in to later that day for the college football playoff. And Iowa, they're 10-3 on the season. They've had some losses this year. They lost to Penn State, Michigan, and Minnesota, but they did manage to beat Purdue, Wisconsin, Western Michigan, Rutgers, Northwestern, teams like that. So I'm pretty confident in us going in this bowl game.
I'd completely forgotten about the Citrus Bowl, and you can't spell citrus without UT, right?
That's right.
You knew it was coming. Somebody was going to say it here.
Stop it.
I've been looking at the Gator Bowl, the ReliQuest Bowl, but
Liberty Bowl?
It was a nice surprise to hear that we got a New Year's Day bowl game. I mean, and it's in Orlando. It's better than Jacksonville, that's for sure. It's somewhere Tennessee hasn't been in several years, and I think it's great news for the fans, and should be a fun atmosphere. You can go ride roller coasters and enjoy a ball game.
I wanted it to be in Memphis, but that's beside the point.
I wanted Memphis just for Graceland, but
That's that bad idea.
Guys, we could go visit Graceland sometime. It's in our home state.
put it on our list then.
If I'm going to drive 8 hours, I want to see water. So, okay.
There's plenty of swimming pools in Orlando. We'll be fine.
Are you even going?
I don't know yet. You know how busy my schedule is.
It's going to be a defensive
You got
showdown, that's
wrestling
for
put
sure.
on? No? Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No more.
it should be a defensive showcase, so to speak. I don't know about that, but over under's 38. Newsflash. Take the under.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Good news, Tennessee offensive lineman John Campbell has announced he'll be returning for the Volunteers next season. This is huge news. We needed the offensive line depth bad, and I like John Campbell. I think it's great.
Yeah, absolutely him and Cooper Mays both coming back, it seems. We get one or two more that returns on the line, we should be set up pretty well there.
Yeah, also, Tennessee linebacker Keenan Peely has announced he will return in 2024. I'm not sure if that has to be I heard it's got to be a waiver, but at least he's going to try. I think
I think the NCAA smartened up a little bit on some of these. They're wanting kids to finish out their careers healthy and stuff. But you could see a star in Peely from day one. He come out there and made a mark on Tennessee early, and then the injury happened. It kind of makes me wonder if he was healthy enough to return this year, but they held him out just so he could have this waiver to come back for a full season.
Yeah, I agree. This is massive news, and not only just for his talent, but like he was the defensive play caller, in his first year here. So just having his leadership in the locker room is going to be huge. Tennessee will have some huge transfer portal talent on campus this weekend for official visits. The nation's #1 wide receiver from South Carolina, Juice Wells, who lit our Heinans up
Twice.
Yeah, he's going to be here. It would be a huge pickup for Tennessee. It's between us and Texas. I would love to steal him from Shane Beamer.
I think he's looking to get some money, so Volunteer club, Haslam's, whoever it's going to be. Let's pony up and get Juice Wells here.
The big shot, Jonathan Hahn, needs to sign some members up tonight so we can land Juice Wells.
Josh, I am cold.
And then also the nation's #1 tight end from Connecticut will be on campus, Justin Jolly. This is very, very important considering we're losing Jacob Warren and McAllen Castles.
It's pretty crazy that Connecticut even had the #1 tight end in the nation.
In the portal. In the
portal.
Yeah. But against Tennessee this year, he had 8 catches for 89 yards. So
crazy.
Yep. So he's good. He's legit.
Yeah, he got him a taste of Neyland Stadium and wants to come back for more. I hope.
I think we will land him. I do.
Yeah, to be a big pickup for us because we certainly need help in that position right now.
I hit the comment section real quick. Miranda says you need to get Tommy Lee Francis from Morgan County Today to sponsor since you school him on jokes on his podcast. Cough, cough, okay. Corbin Rogers.
Where is old Tommy? I know he's listening. I know he's listening out there.
He ain't stopped in a while. I give him stars and he can't give none back, as it seems.
You gave him 50 last night.
I know it.
50 stars.
Jonathan said, expect a great tailgate from the volunteer club. We'll try to have breakfast-style foods and drinks from our sponsors as always. If you would like to join the volunteer club, you should probably ask Luke first. He's the best. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm trying to keep that record going.
Hey, I'll be honest. I mean, honestly, the volunteer club does do it right.
They do. It's great. It's awesome.
Me and Luke, we tailgate some games, and you come hang out with us. But there's some games we don't have no intention tailgating because it's so much fun and easy to go to the volunteer club because they have such a great setup and everything.
I'm surprised you can even remember what you're doing before the game, Corbin.
And an awesome setup for the away games as well. You know, we tailgated with a volunteer club in both Florida and in Missouri, and they were both excellent tailgates. So I expect nothing less in Orlando.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Brady Potter says, go Dogs. I guess he's talking about the Washington Huskies.
Yeah, go Huskies.
Go Huskies. That's who we're pulling for. Ryan Damon.
Them Dogs, they might not get a bowl game, but we might talk about that one later.
We are going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't know.
We're going to talk about it.
We'll see. Ryan says, go Vawls. Nolan could be coming home possibly from Texas A&M. I hope so.
I hope so, too. I know Michigan's taking a hard look at him. I'm not sure how hard we're pursuing him just yet, but we need to get on the phone for sure.
Robin Shelton says, as always, what's up and go Gators. And then Dustin Gold says, are we getting Seton tomorrow, the #1 offensive tackle in the country? I think there's a very good chance that we land the #1 offensive line.
Anybody's guess right now, though. Did you see his Instagram post earlier?
I didn't see Instagram.
He retweeted Boo Carter's Instagram where he's wearing the Titans jersey and kind of made a cryptic message about being together. So we'll see.
The playing time's going to be there for him, and I think there's a very, very good chance that we land the nation's #1 offensive tackle in the country tomorrow. Tennessee beats George Mason last night, 87-66. Jonas Adu led the team, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Josiah Jordan James followed with 15 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Tobey Awaka, 11 points and 7 rebounds. And Dalton Connect, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Sloppy, but they pulled it out.
Go ahead, Corbin. Go ahead. You stole the mic.
Dalton Connect, kind of a down game for him, but he'll be all right. But George Mason's not a terrible basketball team, honestly. Like, you think we'll beat them by 60, but they've always been a pretty decent basketball team. And we're going to get better through the season as the season goes on, honestly, because so far we've faced some stiff competition so far to start the season out. We've had some good wins against some good teams, but we had them losses. But as the season goes on, we'll get better. And when SEC play comes, it'll be pretty intense.
Yeah, it's like Corbin said. It was a sluggish start. George Mason coming to the game at 7-1 on the year, so we gave them only their second loss, and we won the game by 21 points. We're very, very, very deep still, and
it's still
this basketball
early.
team.
It is super.
Still
early.
has a chance of being very special. So I'm excited to see what happens once we get into SEC play.
Yeah, people are panicking. There's no reason at all to panic right now. Like it don't matter till March.
Yeah, and Vescovi hasn't even come anywhere near being full strength yet. So we'll be all right.
Look, you can be a 10 seed in the NCAA tournament and go to the championship.
Oh, yeah.
Proven fact.
Mm-hmm. It's about getting hot at the right time. Yep. Tennessee men will play again this Saturday versus Georgia Southern at 7 p.m. The Lady Vawls, they continue to struggle. Ohio State beats them by 20 points on Sunday. Currently playing MTSU. Do you got an update on that, Spur?
Just from when I walked in here, it was tied going into the second quarter. But,
Yeah, Kelly's got to get it together.
Kelly Harper's team seemed to play uninspired against Ohio State this past weekend. But just like the men, they're playing some very, very stiff competition.
5 teams we played top 20.
Yeah.
Top 15.
Yeah, 4 or 5 teams in the top 15. Seems like every team they play is ranked. Kia Jackson is still out. Getting her healthy is very important. It's clear she's the leader of this team. There's lots of folks calling for Harper to be fired, and you know, I personally, I'm not in that camp. I feel like she's a very positive thing for the Lady Vawls, but we're going to have to start seeing results, or that seat's going to get much harder very quickly.
It is. With the comment box, real quick, one more time. Brady Potter says Georgia Dogs, the only real dogs. They ain't in the playoffs though. Hey, Washington, they've got dogs on their helmet. You see that?
Yeah.
They got dogs on their helmet. Joss wants to know what's going on with Vescovi. I don't know, man. He's not the same, not the same player. I don't know if it's something. I know his grandma died right before season started.
Well, yeah, he missed that first preseason game or something.
So I don't know. I mean, if that could have something to do with it, or I don't know. I don't know if it's mental.
And you made a mistake, Luke. We do play Illinois on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Dustin Go called us out for it.
Oh, well, excuse me.
I want to say welcome to Lynn Storm. There's an old former wrestler. Lynn Storm, check it out, our podcast.
Spanky's asleep. He don't know what's going on. He just says y'all gonna have to let Spanky baby talk. He's a peacock. He needs to fly.
Yeah, you ain't talked in like 10 minutes, Spanky. What's going on with you?
It's nice in here right now.
Look, sometimes it's just better to let people think you're a dumbass than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Josh Jackson says Lady Vols are down at 4 at the half. So
Against Middle Tennessee.
not good. Terry Reeves says just joined the co-captain program in the volunteer club. Looking forward to helping out all that I can. That's awesome, Terry. Yeah, get as many people as you can. And Jesse wants to know any update on the Legends of Tennessee football camp. No updates yet. We're just raising the money, but it's for sure going to happen, and we will post updates as it goes.
It's a go, Jesse. So we're gonna have it.
It's a go, 100%. We just gotta get the sponsors to raise the money. But that was our recap. We'll be right back with our first main talking point of the day. All right, we're back with our first main talking point. You should, Spur. Of the day, presented by, you ready, Spanky? Big Orange,
Don't
Concrete,
even do it.
Pumping.
I'm not even doing it. You people are so stupid. I can't
Ta-
stand y'all.
It's stupid when we do it.
I'll do one just for you, Spanky. First main talking point of the day, presented by Big Orange, Concrete, Pumping.
I'm the first one to do it.
Taylor-
And you two catch on like a bunch of buffoons.
Oh my goodness.
Taylor Jones of Big Orange Concrete Pumping has been doing this type of work for a very long time. He has one of the biggest line pumps in the state, just like Spanky. So make sure to reach out to Big Orange Concrete Pumping for any of your concrete needs. Let's get Vawls deep. Let's talk some college football playoffs. So
boy.
Number 1, we've got Michigan, 2, Washington, 3, Texas, and 4, Alabama. Did the committee get this right?
This will be fun. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first on this
Talked in
one.
like 10 minutes. Let him go.
I'll go first on this one. I know it's been talked about to death. People are probably sick and tired of seeing people talk about it. But it matters on what your perspective is for college, the playoffs. Is it the best 4 teams or is it the most deserving? The most deserving team was, I hate to say it, but the Florida State Seminoles. They went undefeated. They won their conference. They did everything that was asked of them to do. They can't help it that they played scrubs. Okay, like that's whoever was scheduling a few years back.
55th toughest schedule.
Yeah, and that's not this team's fault. That's not
not
these
saying-
group
I'm
of
just-
players' fault.
just throwing it out there,
they
big
did.
dog.
They did what they could. And if you think about it, if Clemson would have made this a field goal back when they played, none of this would be talked about right now because Florida State would be a one-loss team.
Same could be said about Alabama and a Hail Mary at 4th and 31.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
You know, things happen throughout a season. That's
But no, I think Florida State is the most deserving team to be in. When they're conference undefeated, boom, that should automatically be in. But the main thing that we talk about here is the best 4 teams. And I do think that Alabama is a better football team than Florida State. And I think, like we'll talk about here in a few minutes, if Florida State plays that bowl game, I think Georgia will beat them. Because I do think that Georgia is a better football team than Florida State is. So it just matters on how your perspective is.
You know, it was an impossible task. You know, no matter what, someone was going to be left out and upset. The easy answer would have been to have no SEC teams at all. But we all know that SEC money talks.
Oh, yeah, it's about
controls everything.
viewers, money.
You know, on this podcast 4 weeks ago, I said that Alabama was my pick to win even over Georgia. And look who's sitting there now.
I said it 8 weeks ago.
Truth be told, Georgia is the team who got screwed.
Who's got
Let's be
the
honest
measuring
about it.
tape?
They lost in the SEC championship by 3 points. It was their first loss in 30 games. They were back-to-back national champions. And they don't even get a shot at a three-peat. Oh, well, sucks to be them.
I feel so terrible
poor
for them.
doggies.
I feel so terrible.
I did. I said that 8 weeks ago. Alabama was going to be a team that went to the SEC championship and beat Georgia and go the with the college football playoffs. And they've done that. Did Florida State get screwed? It's hard to say that they did or did not for me, honestly.
Yeah, well,
Because y'all both had both y'all's points is spot on. Honestly, this is just part of it. Next year, we're going to have 12-team playoff. If you're not inside the top, there will be controversy in 12 and 13. You know that's going to be.
no, if you're the 13th team, you should just shut up.
But there's going to be controversy and people will be bitching.
Well, Tennessee's
But
13. Should we shut up?
well, yeah.
You think so?
just think, if this was 10 years ago, we'd be sitting here debating the BCS, just 2 teams.
So let's say Tennessee's like 11. Nico goes down. They put us at 13. Should we complain then?
Well, look, if we're not good enough to get into it, then yeah.
Right now, this is 4 teams getting a shot, and it's not the greatest thing ever. But I think the 4th best got the opportunity, like Spanky said, deserving the best. He said it the best you can honestly say it. And
We're best.
next year, it'll be 12 teams, and if you're not in the top 12, then don't even bitch because you got 12 opportunities out there.
You know,
People likes to complain. That's the number one thing. People likes to complain, and that gives you
That's what
something
the
to talk
show
about.
was built on.
I don't know if it's the 4 best teams because I certainly believe Georgia is still better than Texas.
I do too.
So I don't think it's the 4 best teams. I think it has to do with almighty dollar because I think I've seen somewhere that ESPN's expecting $150 million difference from Alabama and Texas being in over Florida State. So that speaks a lot right there. And there was no way the committee could get away with putting 2 SEC teams in. That would have been
No, not after the season. Yeah.
no after season we've had. It sucks to be Florida State, but we'll talk about that game here in just a minute.
Well, you got to look at, too, what's a bigger big game matchup there? You got Michigan, Florida State, or Michigan, Alabama. People are just going to watch that game just because the names. Like, you might not ever watch college football, but you're going to watch that game because you know them 2 teams.
Let's ask ourselves: would you pick Florida State against any team in the top 10 right now? Would you pick Florida State
Without
over,
Jordan Travis? No. With
Would you pick
Jordan Travis, yes.
Would you pick Florida State over Penn State right now?
Like I said,
Nope.
right now, Florida State, no.
I'm pretty high on Penn State, so.
We're about to hit that in a second too. It's a yes and no. I mean, it sucks for Florida State, but I don't know. It's got to be a tough pill to swallow. But they're right now they're not they're definitely not a top 4 team without Travis. I don't know. We need to 12 like years ago.
It's honestly tough. I mean, even for Georgia, they're
What are you
sales.
smirking at over there?
These comments, I can't handle them sometimes.
Like after you?
Oh, yeah.
Even for Georgia, like
Oh, your dad?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy that Georgia went like 2-3 years undefeated, and here they lose one game and they're out of everything. But Ohio State was done the same way. So
Yeah. I don't know, man. All right, so wait
the competition is pretty tough at top in college football at the moment.
especially like non-SEC. I mean, it's really good, but I think it's just because the SEC's down. Way too early off the record. These aren't going to be official until we get closer. But who do you have, Michigan versus Bama right now?
Alabama.
Yeah, I'll tell you in just a minute. I'm going to make a full sentence here.
He's passing the torch, Corbin.
I've got Alabama, and I've got Alabama winning it all.
I've got Alabama as well. I think they can stop Michigan's run, and when they do that, that's it.
Well, all four of us pick Alabama.
Washington versus Texas. I'm going to say I'm going Washington now because I've stayed with them all year long. I'm not going anywhere. Go Huskies. Go Real Dogs.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I want to happen. I want pure chaos to happen in this. I want it to be crazy. I want Alabama.
That's why the 12 is going to be so good.
Yeah, I want Alabama to win the first game. As much as I love Washington, I hope they win the whole thing. I also want to see Texas beat Washington for the national championship game.
Get a rematch.
To be Alabama versus Texas, and then I want Florida State to somehow beat Georgia, leaving Florida State as the only undefeated team left.
You know, that's interesting.
Then what do you do, right?
Oh, yeah. Then Florida State will be doing what UCF did.
Well,
They're going to be hanging up national
Well,
championship banners.
you could bet an AP or a coach's poll or someone out there, a computer, would put Florida State in as number one. They're the only undefeated team at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It would be unreal if that happened.
I think I'm going to take Texas on the other hand. I mean, if we can get Texas and Alabama again, that's going to be a hell of a game.
That's money right there.
That's going to be a money game because they're 1-1 right now in the past 2 years, and it's kind of like a new rivalry. It's kind of like it's a scripted new rivalry for the SEC.
James Fair says they got it wrong. Spanky's woman Edith says the price is wrong, Bob Barker style, and says so are the playoffs. Josh Jackson says the reason Florida State got left out is TCU last year, an undefeated Power 5 conference champion, got slaughtered in the national championship.
They did win their semifinal game, though.
Yeah, they did.
Edith says Texas is a team that doesn't belong, coasted in because they beat a completely different Bama.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree, but they still beat
Georgia's
them.
better than Texas.
I agree. Georgia is better than Texas. I'm glad Georgia's not in it because it's just funny. But
James says if it's the best teams, then Washington shouldn't be in it.
Oh, what?
No, if there's anybody that shouldn't be in it, it should be Texas.
if there's anybody that shouldn't be in it, it should be Michigan.
Washington's beat some really good teams, and they beat Oregon
Yeah.
twice, and Oregon is really good.
Washington's got one of the best offenses.
The Pac-12, I'll be honest, the Pac-12 this year, I thought they was stronger than the SEC in a lot of aspects.
They were.
And
Way to go out with a bang.
It's tough to say, but yeah, go out with a bang. It was last year, the Pac-12, wasn't it? That's sad.
If we're being honest here, guys, you know, the SEC, according to 2024, has 2 teams in the college football playoffs.
And,
If we're being technical here, you know.
and Drew says it's all a Wizark, and it may be a Wizark, but it is what it is. Do you know what a Wizark is, there, Spank?
Yes, I know what a Wizark is.
Okay,
I know how
just
to
making
speak
sure.
corny, brother.
Just making sure.
Randy says if you're going to be on Tennessee Vols podcast, Spanky, how about you wear something Tennessee?
I'll get more Tennessee stuff around Christmas time. Thank you, Dad.
He's still trying to sell his Florida stuff.
That's good, Spanky.
Tennessee stuff.
Yeah, Randy, if you have any extra dollars, I'll take some new Tennessee stuff too. Randy says ACC wins national championship again, and I hate it because it's Alabama.
We said it earlier on this podcast. This may be Nick Saban's best year ever as a head coach.
It's his best coaching job, I
believe it
believe.
is.
Oh, yeah. He deserves Coach of the Year. Did he win Coach of the Year, or they announced that yet?
No, they're
not
going to give it to
sure.
that Washington coach probably.
They probably will. But
I'm hearing it's a Washington coach going to get Coach of the Year. So.
That's I'm all for the Huskies.
What's his name? Steve? Is it Steve?
I got it wrote down.
I forget his name.
I know his last time. Let's see. Edith says Penix is the most accurate passer I've seen in a while.
Should have been a Vawl.
Should have been a Vawl. Yeah, and I've always got to remind people. And
that should be a name of a country song.
Randy says a bad South Carolina quarterback. I think he may be SEC quarterback. Looks great in the Pac-12. So
all right, so we named the top 4. 5, you got Florida State. 6, you've got Georgia. 7, Ohio State. 8, you've got Oregon. 9, Missouri, and 10, Penn State. So let's rank our top 10s here. So even if they're outside of the current, top 10, and we want to put them in there, that's fine. Let's just go in order. Everybody will give their 10. Everybody will give their 9, and so forth.
Okay.
So number 10, who you got, Spanky?
10, I want to go with Penn State at number 10. They finished, third in their conference in the Big Ten, and the Big Ten really wasn't that strong this year, in my opinion, so I'm just going to go 10.
As controversial as it is, I have Florida State at number 10 just because of their current predicament. I think they're the 10 best team right now.
I've got Ole Miss at number 10.
Okay.
I mean, they're outside the number
They're
11.
11, right? Yeah.
But I think Ole Miss has been very solid this year. This has been a hell of a year for Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. I did not expect them to do what they done this year.
I didn't either. My number 10 is going to be Florida State as well.
Wow.
It's going to be. What about your number 9?
My number 9 is going to be the team Corbin just mentioned, Ole Miss.
Miss.
They had probably one of the best years under Kiffin, people could say. They had a loss against Alabama and Georgia, but I'm going to go with number 9.
At first, I had Ole Miss penciled in here. I'm going to change that to Missouri at number 9.
I've got Penn State. Yeah, they finished third, and
Changing my whole list.
they finished third, but in their side of the Big Ten. But I mean, they did finish behind Michigan, Ohio State, if I'm correct. They're in the same side, ain't they?
Yeah. 9, I've got Penn State. Who's your number 8?
My number 8, I'm going to go with Oregon. Or no, my bad, Ohio State. I'm going to go with Ohio State losing. What?
I said I was about to say, damn.
Yeah, I'm going Ohio State getting beat by Michigan. I just didn't think they were a good team all year, just going off of cupcake wins all season long. So, Ohio State.
Number 8, I have Penn State.
I've got Missouri. Missouri surprised the shit out of me this year.
I've got Ohio State as well at number 8. What about number 7, Spanky?
Number 7, I'm going to be staying on business on this one. I'm going to go with Missouri. They have been real impressive this year. They got a good quarterback, and then they got a very impressive walk-on running back.
Oh, my God. I take Oregon at number 7. I think they're a pretty solid team on the outside looking in.
Corbin, number 7.
Oh, I got Ohio State.
I've also got Missouri at number 7, but I'm not doing those stupid slogans. What about your number 6, Spanky?
Number 6, I'm going to go with the Oregon Ducks. Bo Nix, solid quarterback, done some impressive things this year, and year number 12 for him. So I'm going with the Ducks.
I'm putting Texas at number 6.
I've got Georgia at number 6. They had a lot of tough wins this year, a lot of close wins, a lot of bad performances. Remember the Vandy game and stuff like that. So they're definitely below who's number 5 for good reason.
I've got Texas at number 6. They just don't impress me at all. Who's your number 5?
My number 5, I'm going with the team that just got put out of the SEC championship game. I'm going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm leaving them right on the outside. I'd put them in with the top 4, but to be the man, you got to beat the man, and they couldn't beat Alabama, so I'm going with Georgia.
I'm going to put a team on the bubble just because I like putting them on the bubble because I can't stand them. That is the Ohio State University.
Number 5, I've got just because the quarterback got hurt and the situation they're in, Florida State. They're undefeated. That's why I put them above Georgia. Georgia's got 1 loss. It's hard, honestly, but it is what it is. I got Florida State number 5.
Number 5, I've got Oregon. I like Oregon number 5.
2 losses.
Yeah. Well, they're
Against the same team.
2 losses are going to be against the national champion. So, who's your number 4, Spanky?
Number 4, I'm kind of just going to spoil it. I'm going to stick with the same as the playoffs. I'm going with Alabama. I think this was a down year for the SEC. Just being the SEC champion does not make you the best team in the country this year. Alabama with 1 loss, even though early on they struggled, but they have improved throughout the season. I'm going to go with number 4, Alabama.
You know, it might have been a down year for the SEC early on, but here at the end of the season, we're flexing our muscles once again. I have Georgia as the 4th best team.
I've got Alabama, even though I think they're going to win the championship. I got them at number 4 just because they got a loss right now.
I've got Georgia at number 4 as well. I think
We're going to be a wash on this, aren't we, Luke?
it's gonna be
Yep.
yeah. Number 3.
Number 3, even though I think that Alabama is better than this team, but in my heart of hearts, on the field play matters. In my whole opinion, like if you beat someone on the field, I'm sorry, you're better than them. So I'm going to go with number 3, Texas.
I can't put Texas that high.
I can't either.
way. But I can put Alabama at number 3 because ACC champion with 1 loss. It was an ugly loss, but they were in the midst of Nick Saban doing his incredible coaching by jumbling his quarterbacks up over and over and over, and then finally coming out smelling like roses. But Alabama at number 3.
I'm going with Spanky. I've got Texas number 3. They beat up. I mean, during the playoffs, they got 1 loss. They beat Alabama, and they won the Big 12 championship by beating kicking Oklahoma State's ass. So I know it's not impressive, but still, I mean, let's go. I'm going by facts.
My number 3, I've got Alabama as well.
Alabama.
Greenbow, Alabama. Number 2, Spanky. Who you got?
Number 2, I'm going to go with, here's a shocker. I'm going to go with the Michigan Wolverines on this one. I think they fought through adversity this year. Like, I do not like Michigan. I do not like the Big Ten. But it's amazing what this team has fought through, the adversity of, scandals looming over their program, losing their coach for how many games to start the season and the end of the season.
Yeah, a lot of controversy.
But this team, they stayed resilient, and they fought, and they kept fighting. They didn't lose sight of what they were trying to do and trying to achieve. So I'm going to give props to Michigan for once.
This is the one thing I think that the playoff committee has gotten right is number 1, number 2. I have Washington as number 2 right now.
Okay.
I got Washington number 2 as well.
I've got Michigan at number 2.
I figured you would.
I've got Michigan just because
Because you're riding that Washington
I've been
train.
riding it all year long, and I'm not getting off of Washington. I think they're going to do
You
it,
got
man.
Washington at number 1?
No, I have the Florida State Seminoles at number 1 because they are undefeated.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, everybody. I did leave them out of the top 10 one because
I've got Tennessee at number 1.
Yeah,
Well,
Tennessee, right?
Yeah, here we go. But no, I got Washington at number 1. That offense, Michael Penix Jr. I do think they're one of the best teams in the country right now. This top 4, I think this is going to be. It's the last 14 playoffs. I think it could be the best 14 playoff.
It certainly could be the best 14 playoff. I have Michigan at number 1. I think Michigan is the most balanced team in this 14 playoff. They certainly had the most consistent play so far. I still like Alabama to beat them, but Michigan's my number 1 team right now.
Y'all said it best on both y'all's points of Michigan. I got Michigan number 1. I can't believe they have done what they've done as much as they've been through this year. Any other team would have cracked in history.
Oh, yeah.
I agree, too. Spanky, your dad says never trust a man that has a flat bill.
It's just a hat.
And Tyler Duncan says he's right. Edith says Oregon's got 2 losses for a total of 6 points against the country's best team. And that's where my point kind of stands as well. Edith says if you're going to be honest about Florida State, despite their record, then you can't pretend that that Bama team was anything like now.
Thank you, Edith.
So I guess he's saying that Bama's just improved so much.
When did Bama play Texas? Is it week 2 or 3?
Week 2.
Week 2. So
At Bryant-Denny Stadium.
after that game, it was a completely different Bama game Bama team for the rest of the season.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
We wouldn't be having this conversation had Auburn played defense on a 4th and goal from the 31.
They could have
just a
sent
couple
another
weeks ago.
man. Like, my gosh. Like, at least send somebody.
And another thing,
Bad.
Send somebody.
I want to know how long he sat back there.
I think it had to be over 10 seconds.
I
oh,
would say eight-ish probably.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Corbin.
Bama and Auburn. I mean, yeah, they was a close game, but at the end of the day, that's one of those
That's
games.
huge rivalry. Yeah.
I mean, Bama can have an undefeated season, and Auburn can have 4 wins. And they go out there and beat Bama, and it can be the other way around.
You know what turned Alabama's season around, Luke?
I think the Tennessee game.
Halftime at the Tennessee game.
really do.
I don't know what Nick Saban said to those guys in that locker room.
That halftime
but
action.
that was when they woke up, and from that point on, yeah. Sucks for us.
Thank you all for listening to our first main talking point of the day. We're going to take a short commercial break. We have a lot more coming your way, including giveaways. Next, we've got Start Bench Cut. So please like this. Please give us some shares. Keep the comments rolling in for us. We'll be right back. Big Orange Concrete Pumping. They can accommodate any residential or commercial concrete project that you may have in mind. They have one of the biggest line pumps in the state. They take a lot of pride in their work, and they're waiting on your phone call today. Their number is 865-371-3367. Whether you're pumping noise and kneeling or pumping concrete, make sure you roll with the Big Orange. That's Big Orange Concrete Pumping, 865-371-3367. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Vawls Deep Podcast, live from the Vawls Deep Man Cave. We hope you're having a great Wednesday night, live on Facebook and YouTube. Share this out for us, slap the like button for us. We'll truly appreciate it. Next, we've got Start Bench Cut. How this works is we'll give a question. We have to rank our answers in order from first to last, start being one and cut being last. Are you all ready?
Mm-hmm. Let's get it on.
All right, Start Bench Cut these Tennessee football players, if you could bring them back for another year. Aaron Beasley, Brew McCoy, Joe Milton.
It's cold outside.
Luke, I think it's that order. I start Aaron Beasley. I think we're going to need some help at linebacker position next year. Aaron Beasley, who I start. I'm going to bench Brew McCoy. I think we're going to be very deep at wide receiver, but Brew's certainly a leader at that, and we all love him. And I'm going to cut Joe Milton because I think we're just fine at quarterback.
You know, I got to side with Spur here. I'm going to go Aaron Beasley, a menace on defense. It's always good to have one of them Swift's Army knives in your back pocket. Then Brew McCoy, a very deadly weapon on the outside when he could stay healthy. And a leader on, with the receiving group. And then cut Joe Milton. It's we want to thank you and wish you best of luck in your future endeavors. And thank you for all you've done for the Volunteers.
I got the same exact order. Joe Milton. Hey, he's been a guy this year, and it's not been good. It's not been bad. It's been what it is. But he's gonna be a good NFL quarterback. He's made for the NFL.
Here's my thing on Milton. If Tennessee fans didn't have the hype around him like they did, what's the perception?
Cover at ESPN.
What's the perception? If he had the same hype around him like Hendon Hooker did year one, what's the perception? We got to look at it that way.
Knowing Jim Harbaugh, he might have sent Milton just to destroy us.
Well,
based off last year.
you could.
Milton's been stealing signals.
I think what hurt Milton is the media and the fan base. I think, honestly, that's what hurt Milton because
And play calling.
you put him up to a pedestal. And
No. What hurt Joe Milton is us going 10-2 last year.
yeah,
And
that
expecting
hurt the whole team.
Expecting
Yeah.
the same thing this year.
The whole
Yeah.
team's a victim of their own success. I'm going to start Brew McCoy. Waiting for the announcement, man. He's got to come back.
Yeah.
Not just for his play, but just his. I mean, he was the leader on offense, and he's a leader in the locker room. So that's who my start's going to be. And I'm going to bench Aaron Beasley. Going to miss him bad. He's an absolute stud. And then going to cut Joe Milton.
Just really tired of the fans booing every time number 15 got the ball.
Yeah.
Don't get it. Why boo the guy?
Yeah. people still, you know.
They boo him all the time.
Even though it didn't senior day and he ended up walking.
Yeah.
You know, they
They booed him walking out the tee. I don't get it.
Do you see your dad's comment? If Washington wins, he will win a Cofield hat. Or he'll put on a Cofield hat. Yeah, we're gonna take a picture
there
of
you
it.
go.
And it's gonna have to be your profile picture, Randy.
Yeah.
And Ted is in on it too.
Hey, you gonna wear a Cofield hat? Nah.
That's what he says. All right,
about
rank
You got one on.
rank these Christmas movies. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Elf, Christmas Story.
I'm going to go with start National Lampoon Christmas. That's number one. Like, I just don't think there's any question or any doubt about it. Maybe the Tim Allen Santa Claus. I like them movies pretty good.
First one was the best one.
Oh, yeah. And then Elf, classic, all-time classic. And then for me, the Christmas Story on Cut, it's always played. It's always on TBS for 24 straight hours on Christmas.
I think it's like 72 hours.
Yeah,
It's
like,
nonstop.
play something different.
You know, I think we found Ralphie all grown up over here in Spanky.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. You shoot you out.
I want to know what.
That eye's glass.
I want to know who paid the 72-hour slot on TBS for Christmas. I want to know how much they paid.
I don't know, but I want the royalties off the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
'Cause
Or the Polar Express. Heck, fire that one. Yeah, that one's in the theaters
true.
every year.
Polar Express. There's so many good. It's hard though.
there's so many good ones. I'm going to start A Christmas Story just because of what you said. I've watched it pretty much every year since can remember. And going to bench National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's a great movie.
God.
I'm cutting Elf as hard as that is.
What?
Let me tell you
Santa.
Let me tell you one that come out last year. There was a horror comedy last year called Silent Night that was fantastic. You got to check it out.
Yeah,
Not the one this year. There's a Silent Night this year too.
I'm so bad on
This one
movies.
last year. It was great. I laughed and laughed and laughed.
Corbin, what you got?
Well, you got to start the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's the greatest Christmas movie
Y'all
ever
gonna hate
made.
me.
Oh, I got a dual question.
It's I watch it every year like 10 times. It's a family tradition.
Shitter's full.
You gotta bench Elf. Elf's such a great movie too.
I hear that all the time now.
Now everybody's gonna hate me. I've never saw A Christmas Story. I've never saw it.
Wow.
Every week you put a movie on here that I never saw.
Fudge.
I apologize. I'm gonna start Elf. I love Elf. To me, Elf is the GOAT. I'm gonna bench Christmas Story. Very good. I'm gonna cut Spanky's Christmas Vacation.
You're terrible.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
James Fair says Die Hard is the number one.
Die Hard. I don't even know what Die Hard. I've never saw it.
You've never seen? Oh my God!
I've never saw
I'm not a movie person. I've seen Die Hard. Oh. Your homework is to watch Die Hard, and then we'll come
He's
back.
got a lot. He's got a lot of homework.
That's a dual question for next week. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
We got Bruce Willis in him.
Do your research.
I can honestly say I've barely seen that.
Edith and Josh Jackson are going at it pretty good in the comments here. I'm not even sure where it started, but I'm just now seeing it. Jerry Whaley says Christmas Vacation all the way.
There you go.
Drew Miller says Hooker was Milton's worst enemy who built up the expectations.
Hey, Drew Miller's also a big supporter of the Volunteer Club.
Yeah, Drew Miller also says that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
He's also a co-promoter of Capel there at Spanky.
All
know
right,
nothing about
start
wrestling
bench
right now.
cut these college football playoff coaches: Jim Harbaugh, Kalen DeBoer, Steve Sarkisian.
DeBoer must be the Washington coach. I want to know why in my opinion, the GOAT ain't on there. But I guess we just had
Because
to
it would be
We
obvious.
would know.
Okay, so
That Wartburg coming out in you.
yeah, I know
Heard that, didn't you, Randy?
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that now. I'd hate to make a stupid comment like they do in other shows, but I'm gonna go with start.
There's a jab at you, Corbin. Just
I'm
so
gonna
you
go
know.
with start Steve Sarkisian. Stark, he's doing some great things at Texas right now, getting his players bought in with the NIL money that you had. Anybody could coach at Texas, but then next I'm gonna go with Washington's coach. Just the turnaround that he's had, just the consistent build of his program has been amazing. And then last, but Jim Harbaugh, man,
You're cutting Harbaugh?
I'm gonna have to just because you gotta think he has not coached but less than half of the season. So
Well, Jim Harbaugh won't be at Michigan next year, so he's going to automatically get my cut. I'm going to start right now the Washington coach DeBoer. I think he's done a great job up there at Washington. Certainly has them as a powerhouse coming in, and it's. I think it's nice to see someone else from the Pac-12
It is.
other than USC and Oregon. So I'm cheering for Washington all the way, and I'm going to bench Sarkisian.
Yeah, I'm gonna start Jim Harbaugh.
You've always liked Harbaugh. I'm just messing with you.
No. Not even when he faced his brother in the Super Bowl. But I'm going to bench Kalen. He's done good stuff at Washington. Very impressive. Washington's been very strong the past, 8 to 7, 8 years or whatever it is, but he's really got this team to be something else. And cut Steve.
I'm going to start DeBoer, and I'm going to bench Harbaugh, and I'm going to cut Sarkisian.
I mean, at the end of the day,
I mean, they're all great.
how long can Steve last at Texas in the SEC is the question.
We're about to find
We're
out.
about to find out. It's going to be very, very soon. Start bench cut these Christmas foods: ham, turkey and gravy, or stuffing.
I bet Spanky don't like any of them.
I'm just gonna cut every.
You know
one
what
of
he
them.
done?
I knew it.
You know what he done for Thanksgiving?
What? Did he eat the rolls?
No, he went to Dollar General and bought freaking dinosaur chicken nuggets and ate them instead of the Thanksgiving food.
I don't doubt that one bit.
It was
Dinosaur chicken
good.
nuggets.
It was good.
Did you at least air fry them?
Yeah, I put him in there front of
Okay.
my mama's house.
That's funny.
I ate the whole box.
He ain't right. Oh, no, you bought 2 of them.
Yeah, that is right. I did eat 2 of them.
Yeah,
I did.
2 boxes. Okay.
I'm going to start turkey and gravy. I'm going to bench the ham, and I'm going to cut the stuffing. I can do about the stuffing. Give me the meat. Hey, you know, I went to a Thanksgiving dinner with a vegetarian. It was so weird. All they had was mashed potatoes and sweet potato casserole. They had green beans and corn and
Now,
rolls.
if I had the green bean and corn casserole, I could eat that all
So
day
they set that
long. I
plate
love
in front of me, and it has all those things on it. I just look down and go, sides.
all sides.
Sides. Come on, it's a dad joke.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Corbin?
Man, you got to start ham.
That's a better one.
You got to start ham. It's a
You're
meat.
throwing all kinds of shade at Morgan County today, Spanky.
Or Wartburg today. That's what it's called. It's the only thing they cover. So go ahead.
Corbin's about to come across the table on you here in a minute.
Yeah.
Start ham. Bench stuffing. I love stuffing. I'll fix stuffing just by it. I'll buy stuff and put it in the freezer and just fix it whenever I want to, and just eat a whole thing of stuffing at the house because I'm a fat ass. That way, my noodles and potato salad.
You weighed 35 pounds soaking wet, Corbin.
You should see me sit. I'm like that meme on Instagram right now, going around right now with that when you was in like high school to now. I'm the dude now sitting in my underwear in front of the TV eating all the
Brad Jones
food.
put, "Give me the meat." What a quote.
Give me the
I thought
meat.
the same thing when he said it.
I did too.
right.
I was about to make
Glad somebody caught
I was
it.
about to make an Arby's comment there, but
You know, I was today's years old when I realized that stuffing is just boiled bread.
Huh?
It's boiled
don't
bread.
act like you care, chicken nuggets.
I know. I don't care.
I'm gonna start ham. I'm gonna bench turkey and gravy. I'm gonna cut stuffing.
Won't we start bench cut one time?
Once you
chicken
get close to the
nugget
microphone,
sauce?
once you get close to the
Won't we
microphone,
start bench cut one time? Chicken nugget dipping sauce.
we'll write it down. Take a note for us. Put
I
it in your
will.
notes.
I'll call
All
the
right.
office.
Which NFL team is best right now? The 49ers, the Eagles, or the Cowboys?
Easy.
I think it's pretty easy too.
I'm going to go with right now. I'm going to go with Dallas Cowboys. They're pretty hot right now, but they'll probably choke come playoff time. But then the next one, we'll go with the 49ers. They just went into Philadelphia and beat the Eagles. So, like I always say, be the man, you got to beat the man. Then last but not least, the Eagles. Even though I am a Bronco man, but I know we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
49ers, Cowboys, Eagles. That order.
Cowboys have won one playoff game since the '90s. Cut them. It's the Cowboys.
I'm saying right now though.
Well, that's my
we're not talking about history.
that's my feeling on how it's going to end in the season. They're going to go to the playoffs and lose. It's going to happen. It's just facts of life. Cowboys going to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Not if they get a bye.
You're going to start. You're going to start the Philadelphia Eagles. They're 10-2.
I got beat by the Niners.
Okay, I mean, good God, the NFL, the way it works. I mean,
10-2.
Who?
yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are 10-2.
Eagles are 10-2.
Yeah, they're 10-2. That was their second loss there night.
But the NFL, if the
Eagles, yeah.
the NFL is such an up and down game. I mean, yeah, they had a bad game this week. Well, look how many teams the Cowboys lost to the freaking who was it? The Giants or no, the Cardinals. They lost the Cardinals, 2-win team. Okay. Same thing for everybody else so far in the NFL. You could turn on any NFL game on Sunday, and it can be the greatest team in the NFL against the worst team. You'll be like, what the heck's the Chicago Bears doing out there beating the Kansas City Chiefs? It's that's just how the NFL works.
Hey, newsflash. The Titans aren't beating the Dolphins on Monday Night Football next week.
Randy, he acts like an 80-something-year-old man walking out of here.
Did you say the Titans are beating the Dolphins?
They're not beating the Dolphins on Monday Night Football.
Oh.
I'm going to start the 49ers. I'm going to bench the Cowboys. I'm going to cut the Eagles. I think that's the 49ers they're tough, dude.
It'll be a hell of a game
They're tough.
if they play in the playoffs.
Hit some comments. I know that I've missed some of them. Jonathan Hahn says yippee-ki-yay. I guess he's referring to a movie.
And Drew
of some
Miller
sort.
says the Dolphins right now. I can't argue that too much. They're playing great.
It was either the Dolphins or the Eagles. That was the third one I was going to put in there. Marty Allen Cox says go Vawls.
Vawls.
Edith says Sark is Kiffin light, too sloppy to be top poppy. Let's see. Randy Swint says the 49ers. And I believe that's it, unless I'm missing something. If I missed your comment, just hit us with it again. That was Start Bench Cut, a very fun segment, one of my personal favorites. We'll have our second main talking point of the day next. Z&N Concrete are the professionals you need to call for all of your concrete finishing needs. Driveways, sidewalks, curbs, garage pads, footers, and much more. They can do it all. No job is too big, no job is too small. Give Z&N Concrete a call today, 865-360-6176, residential or commercial. That's Z&N Concrete, 865-360-6176. All right, we're back. Welcome to our second main talking point, presented by Trident Hydro Clean. Thank you for sponsoring this segment. Jacob Haney with Trident Hydro Clean. Make sure y'all reach out to him for any of your pressure washing needs. We'll obviously get more in depth with Tennessee's bowl game versus Iowa in the upcoming weeks. But how comfortable are you with this matchup?
I'm very comfortable with it. Iowa has struggled the past how many years now with scoring touchdowns? It's been a good minute since they've scored touchdowns consistently, and I think with our offense, we can score some touchdowns. Now, with that being said, Iowa does have a really good defense, so that could cause some struggle with our offense going up against a good defense, but it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited for it.
I'm fairly confident. It's like Spanky just said, Iowa struggles to score, but they have a defensive coordinator that's been there since, 25 years or so. And he eats, sleeps, breathes, drinks, everything defense. Mm-hmm. And he'll have those boys ready to play. He's going to study Josh Heupel's offense for the next 25 days, preparing for Tennessee. So I'm a little nervous about what they can bring on defense, but if we can score 20 points, we should win this game. I think it'll be enough. I hope Nico gets to play quite a bit.
I'm pretty confident because looking at their schedule this year, Iowa has played two ranked teams in Penn State and Michigan. And both times they played them, they scored 0 points. And the rest of the games they played was it was Illinois, Western Michigan, Utah State, Purdue. They lost to Minnesota somehow. Nebraska, not impressive at all. I'm pretty confident going in this game that Iowa's they're just in here because they went to Big Ten Championship.
Yeah, I'm very confident as well. As long as our run blocking's good, I think we can. I think we're going to be all right. I think we can throw it all over them as long as we have blocking and some good play. If we have the Vanderbilt type play calling, I think we're going to be fine. Iowa don't have many offensive threats either, obviously. So I trust this staff to get it done. And we talked about that defensive, dude studying Josh Heupel. He's going to be studying them right back. So we'll see what happens. Do you think a lot of players will opt out of this bowl game?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't think we have them players that don't have anything to prove. I still think we got a bunch of guys that have something to prove to NFL scouts.
Spanky just said it just right. We don't have any for sure first-round NFL draft picks. So the guys that's going to be playing, this will be their last chance to show something in a real actual game film. So I don't think we'll have too many opt-outs, and especially for those that's going to be coming back, they're certainly going to play. So, we'll know soon enough, but I don't foresee too many.
I don't either, and I will say this. I think Milton's going to start.
Well, I do too.
Yeah, I said, we'll look like jackasses if we don't start him, but he's still got a lot to prove even for his NFL draft stock. So,
yeah, I don't think. I would say 1 to 2 maybe at the max, that would opt out. But I'm not going to be surprised if the number 0. I'm really not. Jonathan Hahn says so many players are going to be returning, and he would know. So
yeah, can't wait.
And I'm getting that vibe too. So
I'm worried that we're going to go over our limit. How many can we sign on signing day here next week? So
it's going to be it's going to be weird. That's for sure. How well do you think that this fan base is going to travel to Orlando to watch this football team?
Oh yeah, I think they're going to travel great. It's New Year's Day. It's in Orlando. Great weather. You go to Disney World to see Mickey Mouse. So yeah, why not?
You know, it's a destination bowl game. You know, and it's been a long time since we've been to Orlando. It's not hard to travel there. You know, Allegiant Air flies to Orlando, or they did. I think there's no flights already, but you know, you fly to Orlando, you drive to Orlando in about 11 hours. It's a great time of year to visit theme parks, swimming pools, warm weather, and you know, we can celebrate New Year's in downtown Orlando this year. Mm-hmm. Let's turn it orange.
That's what I'm
Turn
saying.
it orange, guys. Come on.
I think we're going to travel just fine. I mean, we do have a hell of a fan base.
The best.
The best fan base.
Yeah, I think we're gonna travel well per usual. I think the weather, you know, everybody's gonna want to change, you know, for a couple days. And like I said, Tennessee fans are the best in the country. There's gonna be
I'm not sure.
There's gonna be a lot of orange.
I'm not sure what Orlando does for New Year's, but I think we need to see a whole bunch of checkered overalls on New Year's Eve right downtown Orlando.
They're gonna get some. They'll get some.
Dad, I know you're still watching. That's what I want Mom to get me for Christmas: checkerboard overalls.
You gonna
still ain't got
customize
any?
them?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
gonna
need to
custom?
customize mine.
You can make like assless chaps out of them.
There you go.
Hey, I finally found mine. I had to buy a new. I had
I'm
to.
gonna get
Was it
in
in a
trouble
ditch
for
somewhere?
cussing by your mom and daddy.
I had to. I thought I lost my checkerboard overalls that I had for all these years.
It was
I
in a
could
ditch
not find
somewhere,
them. I thought I
wasn't it?
left them in South Carolina last year, and yeah, I found them at the end of the season for one more game though. And you know them things. They have a pretty good track record.
They do. After the season that we've had, how crucial is this bowl game win for Josh Heupel's Volunteers?
Very crucial. Very crucial. It's something that this team needs to go into the recruiting off season, so we can have a big off season. But the last time Josh Heupel's team lost in a bowl game, they had a 10-2 record the next season. So put that in your cap.
I somewhat disagree. I think it's just mildly important. I think it's more important for this fan base than it is for Heupel himself. In the grand scheme of things, the ball game doesn't matter that much. But as a fan, we demand to win.
Well, I think the players want the win more
I don't say they don't
than
want
us.
it. But how important is it in the grand scheme of things?
I think every game's important to them.
I mean, if we win, it'll be great. I mean, at least we get another bowl win on our record in history, and but going in next season, I mean, it's not really got a big impact on going into next season.
Recruiting tool.
Signing day's already over with by then.
What's a bowl game even really matter by this point?
I don't know about crucial, but I think it's very important. I think it's a program. It's big. I think it's the biggest thing. I think is just kind of building off that going into next season. I think the hype is important, the momentum, the buzz. I think that's very important.
We talked about what was Joe Milton a victim of this year. Maybe in an Orange Bowl victory because he pretty much made Clemson look silly. And then,
yeah.
Yep.
I will say this: if we do win, it would be 2 bowl wins for Josh Heupel. That is pretty big bowl games. It'd be a 2-1 record. He's 26-12 all-time coaching record right now at Tennessee, and that would make him 27-12. So just keep building them wins up and just go into next year and let's keep it going.
I hit the comments real quick before we get any more questions. Edith says, Iowa's got a good old-fashioned trip to Pound Town coming. She also says, and Spanky knows what I'm talking about.
Do what?
Edith says, Iowa's got a good old-fashioned trip to Pound Town coming, and Spanky knows what she's talking about.
Wow.
Daggum.
That sounds like something Corbin get tangled with right there.
James
Scratch and
says,
sniff.
James says, I think more people would come if Nico starts than Joe. I love Joe, but more people would show up for Nico. I would agree with that. Edith says, what are people from Iowa even called? Iowans? James Fair says, ask Florida State if it matters. Is that too soon?
I did see that we got a halftime performance by DeGuan.
Gavin DeGraw.
Gavin DeGraw. And,
Gavin DeGraw, that's right. What song is he? I know like one song.
And I just went, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I need to put Spanky out there.
They're getting some heat already from the Vawl Twitter and Vawl Facebook, Vawl Nation saying, we went to Pride of Southland at halftime. So.
Yeah, I wanted that too. Stevie Davis says it's going to be crazy in Orlando. And Randy Swint says Spanky checkerboard overalls would look better than an Elvis costume.
Why is he telling himself that? Get it? Because
he calls himself Spanky.
yeah, and that Elvis costume looks good.
You do look good in it. You do look good in it. All right, next Wednesday, not sure on the time, but we'll see all the SEC schedules revealed. How anxious are you to see who Tennessee will play in 2024?
Very excited. It's going to be big. First year of expanded SEC. It's going to be pretty big.
The order's the most important, I think, part here because we know as far as out of conference, we're getting Chattanooga, UTC. We're going to get NC State, Kent State, and Corbin's Miners of UTEP. But, as far as non-conference, we got them. But the order is what I'm more interested in.
We already know a couple, do we not?
Yeah, we know a couple.
I was going to say, because I've already booked a hotel room in Oklahoma next year, so that needs to be.
And then we saw Florida could be will be in October.
Well, yeah, Florida will be here, and then we're not going there next year. So
this is it.
Or the year after this next one, I guess I should say.
For now, anyway.
Yeah,
things can change.
For now.
Here's a question: is Billy Napier still a coach of Florida by the time they roll the Knox?
No. Oh, this year? Yes.
This year.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got one more.
He's got one more, but that I've said it before. That 24 schedule is rough. It's the only one. Who's the only team that they play that's like not good, but they're still pretty good?
I think Charlotte.
No, it's somebody better than that. We'll have to look at it again. All right. So does Josh Heupel have his team in the college football playoff top 12 next year?
You gonna make me go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just be honest. No, I think it's going to take one more year. Unfortunately, I think next year is about developing Nico and our receiving core for the future. I hope I'm wrong, but I can see it taking one more until we reach that top 12.
I mean, this goes back to the scheduling aspect, like we were just talking about. I have to see the schedule first, see how it's going to work out. That can make or break a season right there.
Yeah, Corbin's right. It's about scheduling and about momentum and when can you get hot. And I know people are going to say, well, year 4 is Heupel's team. That's supposed to be Heupel's team. Well, look here. What people don't realize is that when Heupel inherited this Tennessee team, he inherited a lot of veterans. He did. That 10-2 team, they were all pretty well-established guys.
We still don't know what the transfer portal is going to do for us by this point and everything.
Oh, yeah, that's a
big
big one. But even though, yeah, it is Heupel's 4th year, it's his guys all in the system, he's still going to have some growing pains to deal with just with this new class of kids he's getting.
Let's be honest, the SEC, as tough as it is right now, is going to get even tougher.
Imagine last year's team and this year's SEC. We would kill everybody. Everybody.
Yeah. But now we're going to add Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a gauntlet for everybody. We'll be lucky to have 2 teams in the top 12 when things are said and done.
I think.
Well, you got to remember, too, it's going to be
you're good.
one solid division.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be no more East and West. It's going to be one solid 16-team division.
Yeah. I think 2025 is the year. I really do. But like Jonathan mentioned, a lot's going to come back, and we're going to have another great recruiting class coming in, and then our last 2 recruiting classes are pretty damn good. And we played a lot of young bodies this year, man. I mean, there's a lot of true freshmen playing.
If I was a betting man, I'd say no, but the potential's there.
The potential's definitely there. I think Heupel redeems himself with Nico big time next year. I'm not sure if he hits it or not, but I think he's going to come really close.
What do you think? Tennessee to make the playoff plus 400 next year?
Yeah, something like that. But again, it just, it's going to matter. Like, is Missouri still going to be good? All that stuff's going to matter too. But it's there. Jonathan says, will Florida even have a football program in 2 years? Miranda says she thinks Tennessee will finish in the top 15. Drew Miller says, sadly, no. Edith says only if he kills it in the transfer portal. I agree with that.
That's good. Tennessee, we play our best when everybody doubts us.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, honestly, we have a right to have people doubting us right now.
James Fair asks if we're going to get Seton tomorrow. I think there's a very good chance that we land Seton tomorrow.
Oh, let's hope so.
I hope so.
It'd be the biggest land since Nico.
The number one offensive tackle in the country. It would be huge to land him. I think Tennessee's got a great chance. Mark Avery says hi. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Avery, we said thank you earlier for missing your stars last week.
Drew Miller says 98 team was never expected. Yeah, I know, wishful thinking, but go Big Orange no matter what. You got that right. Jesse says, so excited to see the Vawls not so far from me. She's from Florida, and she says, see y'all there. We actually seen her in Florida last year at the Hoskins tailgate.
Who's that?
Jesse Marusi,
cool.
yeah. Randy Swint says, yes, we get in. We only have 3 losses next year. Offensive line is what gets us in the top 12. I like it.
That is a good point. I mean, there would be teams that would be competing for it with 3 losses next year.
When you're getting a 12, I mean, it's untelling. And then they go off strength of schedule, so there's going to be a lot of.
I mean, look at 10, 11, 12 right now. They're three lost teams, except for Ole Miss, who's got 2 losses. But I mean, around that whole little place right there, it's all 3 lost teams.
All right, that was our second.
Hey, we got one more talking point to do on this, because before we get into others, because we got to talk about Florida State opting out.
Oh yeah, there is rumors that Florida State might be opting out of the Orange Bowl game.
They've already canceled their press conference, have they not?
They canceled the press conference, the Orange Bowl press conference, and that's all we really know. I don't want to get too
imagine?
deep, but it would be crazy if they decided
we may
to do that.
learn more about this coming next week, but
Hey, look, you know what that means? That if they can't get Florida State to play, I wonder what they're going to do with that Orange Bowl matchup. Georgia, like, what's Georgia going to do?
I don't know.
what are those
They going
fans
to
going
find
to
a team?
No, they would have to probably move a team in.
But the thing is, why do they wait up right up till the game time? You know,
That would
they
be-
warm up and they come out for
And they
for
don't
kickoff,
come back.
and they sit down.
That would be fun.
Even do the coin toss. Go off
Yeah,
and
and just sit down.
Except for the show, that would.
I mean,
except for the fans,
You
that
would
be-
think that the hammer would come down on them. That'd be
That'd be
pretty
tough.
bad.
Well, no, I think it'd be good for the fans because you got to think.
I think it's
Imagine
selfish
being in that
for the
environment.
fans.
Like the team just.
I mean, if we went all the way to Miami and booked the hotel, bought tickets, and they just didn't show up, it'd be rough.
Yeah.
But I do get what you're kind of saying, Spanky.
I think
Mark Avery says we have a great show. We appreciate that very much, Mark. Next,
sent us some stars again.
yeah. But thank y'all for listening to our
Thanks for
second,
the stores. Thanks, man.
second main talking point of the day. We have a lot to talk about still. Next, we have the duel, which is fan and listener voted. So make sure y'all stick around, get in the comments for us, and let us know who wins the duel.
Lady Vols got beat by 10.
Oh, my God. We'll be right back. Trident Hydro Clean, your exterior home cleaning professionals, house, roof, driveway, concrete, gutters, and much more. Trident Hydro Clean, 865-363-8815. They've been in business for 5 years, and they have a 5-star Google rating and a 5-star Facebook rating. Call Jacob today. Give your house, driveway, and or patio the care it deserves. 100% satisfaction guarantee. See the difference between a professional and amateur cleaning. That's 865-363-8815. All right, y'all, welcome back. We got the duel coming up next, presented by Premier Excavation. Make sure you reach out to Travis Duncan with Where's the belt at? Premier Excavation for any of your land clearing needs. The Lady Vols go down to MTSU. James Fair let us know that. It's very disappointing. Man, it's rough for Kelly Harper right now. Austin Howard says, what's up, fellas? Dropping in late. Big commitment day for us tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about tomorrow. Justin Sperling all the way. My cousin is coming on Sunday. I guess you already getting votes.
Already getting votes.
Well, let me get ready here. All right, we've got the duel. So let us know. We got 5 questions. Let us know in the comments who you think is winning the duel, and they get. Where's the belt? Show them the belt.
Let's get the belt. It's been too heavy to carry around, Luke.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably getting sick of carrying it around.
I've had this thing so much here lately. Corbin, you want this thing back?
Hey, when I was the champ, I took that thing all kinds of places.
I didn't bring it back when it was time to.
Yeah.
All right, question number 1. How irrelevant have bowl games became in college football?
They have
Very
became seemingly irrelevant. We just do it now. Mostly, we just watch them now because it's just something cool to watch now. It's the last bit of football we have of the year, and I know the players like it because they get to go do some cool, exciting things. And some guys, it's their last chance to play football forever, or their last chance to impress a scout, or maybe just the last chance to play with some teammates on a team. But bowl games, really, they don't mean as much as they used to because we live in a society where it's if you're not the champion, then you ain't playing for nothing. And I agree with that to an extent. I believe if you're not first, you're last. But then again, these bowl games used to mean something.
Yeah, I think they're very irrelevant now. I mean, if you have 6 wins, you're guaranteed a bowl game in college football. 82 teams get a bowl game a year. There's 133 teams in the FBS college football. So pretty much, we talked about participation trophies last week. It's pretty much a participation trophy just to go to a bowl game and win one. And
especially some of the bowls now, as well, like the bowl.
We could probably get a Vawls Deep bowl game one day if we get enough fun.
Start the GoFundMe.
There we
Let's
go.
And the attendance number.
Down here at Cofield High School.
That's right. Best field around.
And the attendance numbers for some of these bowl games are just god awful. You watch some of these bowl games, and it'll be a stadium that holds 40,000 people, and there won't be 5,000 people in the stands, and it looks just god awful on TV.
These bowl games, they mean more to the fans than the record books. Those of us die-hard, dedicated individuals who spend their hard extra income to support our teams. Mm-hmm. Some of us, including myself, will be spending New Year's away from our significant others to follow a team to Orlando.
Yeah, the dog house.
That being said, nobody's going to remember who won the Birmingham Bowl in 2016. Does anybody know who won the Birmingham Bowl in 2016?
I think I do.
I know who won the Orange Bowl in 2022.
I think Auburn won it.
23.
That being said, they're going to become even less relevant when we have a 12-team playoff.
Oh, yeah.
Really? You think less?
I think it'll be less relevant. Yeah, then you're going to see a ton of opt-outs. You're not in that top 12, then what's going to be the point?
Top 12. I think the 12 will be very relevant, though.
Yeah, that's true.
The
The top 12 will be very relevant.
They'll be way more relevant than what they are now. I feel like.
Oh, yeah, they'll mean something.
It's good. I think it'll take viewership away from those other bowl games as well. You're going to have an extra week of that.
I didn't just make this question up either because I already had it written down.
I know it's coming.
Is Coach Kelly Harper on the hot seat if she continues to have a bad season?
If she wasn't on the hot seat before tonight, she is now. They just lost to the third biggest school in the state, Middle Tennessee State. So if she wasn't on the hot seat, she is now, and I hate it because I love Coach Harper. I think she's a great individual. I think she's got a great mind. She's a true Lady Vawl, but there's only one Pat Summit. She's not it.
They're bigger in Memphis? MTSU?
It's pretty close. Third biggest.
Oh, okay. Well, you got Tennessee, Vanderbilt, okay. We'll get. Never mind with that. I'm actually curious.
It's
but
close.
Tennessee has a standard of Lady Vols basketball, and like we've always talked about here, standard is key to everything. You got to maintain the same standard, and if you can't maintain that standard, and they've struggled. Now, here's the question: do you think she's better than Holly?
Yes. I think that Marker was a better coach than Holly was, but that's beside the point.
I can't disagree with Spanky. You got a certain standard at Tennessee, and Lady Vols basketball, all we know is winning, and right now we are not winning, and we've not been winning, and we want to get back to that point. But also, it's just not us being down at this point. Look at UConn, and Gino is down to the lowest ranking he's had in 30 years. Notre Dame basketball is down. It's a weird time in women's college basketball, honestly. Like, everybody that you expected always has been good is altogether down at this point.
And LSU, women are fighting down there.
That being said, the Lady Vols went to the SEC championship game last year and lost to South Carolina. They also went to the Sweet 16 again last year. So, and we started the year last year just like we have this year, struggling.
They got it together.
So they could get it together and have a good SEC season and show up in the tournaments, then all's well. But right now, it's not looking good.
It's not. Question 3. Let us know in the comments who you think is winning the duel. Do you believe sports are rigged due to gambling?
Oh yeah, like Vegas knows something, and you know them referees. They got the hook in. They got the Iggy from the people from Vegas. So like, I believe 100%. It's all a wizard.
You know, this one's tough for me to wrap my head around. It would take a lot of people involved.
Iggy,
In major sports,
never heard of it
for it to be rigged. That being said, there's way too many odd things that seem to happen at just the right time, especially with officiating, especially this year.
I don't know why I ain't hitting none of my dang parlays. I think somebody's got an ear with them officials.
You know,
I've hit 2 in a row.
I ain't hitting none of mine.
when big money is involved, anything is possible. That being said, if it ever come out an official was cheating because of bets going on, it could bring the system down.
I mean, it is a tough one. I don't know how to even go about it, to be honest with you. Things happen in sports that makes you think it's not rigged or is rigged, and then you look and you're like, well, there's no way it's rigged because it would come out. Because everything comes out.
Just like the script.
And I don't know. The NFL, like I said earlier, it's so crazy. Like I said, you can be the worst team and beat the best team any given day in the NFL. Just how it works.
Somebody's giving them referees the Iggy. Spur knows what an Iggy is, don't you?
I know what an Iggy is. I've had an Iggy or two.
Yeah.
How bad do you think it is, though? You think it's like all over, or you think it's just certain?
I think it's like big games, like like your Tennessee's
certain
versus
officials, you
Chattanooga's
think,
and
or-
everybody. Yeah.
That Cleveland Browns game earlier this year, that thing was
Which
about
one?
as
They've had about 11 of them.
that one that they got screwed on with them penalties in the game. Maybe the announcer's TV is like, I don't know what I'm watching. That was the biggest bullshit damn end of a game I've saw in a
He
long
lost
time.
money on that game. people.
Tennessee.
He lost
Hey,
money
hey,
on that game.
Hey, Tennessee, Bama, fair catch. I mean, that
was bad.
That was bad. No holding calls whatsoever against Bama. It certainly makes you question what in the hell's going on.
It's all work.
Drew Miller says that she's 10 times better than Holly. He said, hell, Tyler is better than Holly.
I agree. 100%, Drew.
Jonathan says God is punishing people for gambling. That's all. And Edith says, how many people would it take to cover up a flat earth? A lot more than a football game.
Don't get on no flat earth.
We ain't getting on that crap tonight.
I mean, is sports rigged? Is Earth flat? You know, whatever.
Jonathan says, angels in the outfield blinding the refs. All right, question 4. Is winning the most important thing when playing sports? Agree or disagree?
Agree 110%.
What the hell you watching the game for and supporting a team for if you don't want to win?
That's right. Like, there's a reason there's a scoreboard up there. If there was not a scoreboard up there, then we're just wasting our time. Winning is everything, and it's the only thing. Let me tell you what winning does. Winning covers up a lot of things. Like if Michigan was losing right now, if they were having a bad year, Harbaugh would have been out the door week 4. Winning fixes everything.
There's only one place that winning does not matter at because he will give you a participation trophy, and that's Arkansas State University with Butch Jones.
Hey, they're going to a ball game themselves. Winning is everything. Winning is the only thing in sports. I don't care if Tennessee wins every game 2-0. As long as they win the damn game, that's all that matters to me. Win the ball games. It starts at grade school level. I mean, it starts when you're young. You teach kids to win.
It's like what I told.
You got to be competitive. And you know what? That's the same thing in life. If you don't want to win in a sporting event, how are you ever going to win in life? Life is a competition. I don't care what you think. Life is always a competition. You go to a job interview. You go to that job interview to win that interview.
That's right. Just like when you're growing up, like you got to win the day. You got to win the day. It's like I told my 5- and 6-year-old basketball kids. I said, "Hey guys, raise your hand if you think it's all about how you play the game and having fun." And I had some kids raise their hand. I was like, well, guess what? Whoever told you that was wrong. It's about winning. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to get them kids better. I'm going to try to develop them. But it's about winning.
It's just like this damn duel.
I'm the greatest of all time. I'm going to be everybody's ass right here tonight because I want to win this damn belt right here that's on his damn
We're talking about win. We're not talking about you.
Well, so far, Spurs got the most votes. Spanky has no votes.
Keep them coming in.
Let us know in the comments.
Because I want to win.
Last
Again.
one. Who's going to win the national championship this year?
Alabama. I said 8 weeks ago, and I did. I said right here in this podcast 8 weeks ago that Alabama's going to win the
You must
championship.
be a Florida State fan as much as you swing your arm like that up there.
Well, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan, so I'm used to doing that.
Oh, yeah, I bet
Go
you're used
Braves.
to making this motion right here,
Can you
pal.
even name a Braves player?
No, because I don't watch baseball.
You're
I can name
pitiful,
Morgan
pal.
Wallen singing 98 Braves.
Who you got, Spanky?
Me, I got Washington. I think Washington can get it done, and I'd like to see a Cinderella story.
I think Washington can get it done as well. Since you picked Washington and you picked Alabama, I'm going to take Florida State to win the whole thing. I think Michigan wins it all, and then
Florida State cashes in, and they bring in
Florida
a
State,
referee at
yeah.
the end. They run out past the goalpost.
no. In all seriousness, I think Michigan's the most balanced team in there, and I can just see them squeaking in and beating Bama, and then holding their own against either Texas or Washington. I hope Washington wins. My pick earlier was Alabama, and just because Corbin picked Bama now and I had to argue against him, I'm taking Michigan. Gosh, it sucks. I don't want any of them to win except Washington.
Jonathan says practice builds character, winning builds winners. James Ferris says winning doesn't matter to the college football committee.
That's true.
I got to vote for Spur just because Corbin never seen Die Hard.
Or A Christmas Story.
He just
They've been
voted
sheltered.
for Spankles.
Spankles.
Spankles. That's a good one. I'm going to remember that one.
Thank you.
Remember that one. Oh, Spankles.
Miranda's voting for everybody, it looks like. Except for Spanky.
And don't bother me.
Austin voted for Spanky because of his Washington pick.
There we go.
Yeah, I love the Washington pick. I love
Yeah,
it.
I like Washington too. I just had to go against these two and argue a little bit.
All right, let's go ahead and hit our Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other real quick since we're here, and then we will get into our was it Bowl Mania? Is that what we're calling it?
Bowmageddon, Bowmania.
Bowmageddon. Let us know in the comments who you think wins the duel. Still got them coming in. Oh, Spanky's making a comeback on, boys.
Don't call it a comeback.
He's probably voting for himself this 15th.
He is.
I'm not.
All right, so I'll pick a couple crazy stories. Y'all guess which state this happened in just based off the headline. Man uses stapler in attempt to rob a Publix.
Oh, Publix is Florida. I'm going Florida.
Florida, yeah. We got a Florida bowl game. Luke's gonna go with Florida.
It's always Florida. Florida.
I've kept it not Florida lately, and I've been fair
He's
lately.
picking Florida because we're going to a Florida bowl game, and it's like the old Willie Nelson song. You are always on my mind.
There's lots of Publix in Florida.
You are always on my mind.
This happened in Florida. Patrick Abbott, 31, entered the Publix, gave an employee a note stating he had a gun, told her to put the money in a bag. After the employee read the note, she presented to help from one of her coworkers. Abbott left Publix empty-handed and was caught by Miami police while throwing the note away, facing charges of armed robbery. Man tries to flee deputies on a riding lawnmower. And no, this is not George Jones.
Or Luke Jackson through Cofield.
I ain't running from nobody. I'm actually mowing.
Well,
Riding lawnmower. This sounds like an Alabama story to me.
Alabama. Hey, I will say on Alabama, what Pat McAfee did on College Game Day is the greatest pick of all time, people.
It's pretty good.
Missed it.
Well, he done it to him when Tennessee played Georgia too down there.
Oh, he did. So he called the dogs. You know, he did that the big old chant. And then he soon as he got done,
he started doing the Luke Bryan. What is it? Rain makes
Rain
corn.
makes corn.
Then he had them all fired up, and then he said something about, well, you don't make whiskey here, you make it in Tennessee or something.
Yeah.
All right. So did y'all all do the lawnmower one?
Oh, it's other.
It's happened in Florida. Florida deputies use a taser to stop a man
Florida.
This is why you pick Florida every time.
who tried to avoid y'all called it arrest by fleeing on a riding
Oh, take
lawnmower.
this jersey out of this case.
I got 3 votes from a cat.
It was trying to serve.
Cat.
Yeah.
They were trying to serve arrest warrants for the 40-year-old Dusty Mobley. Hey, that's your name, Spanky. Dusty.
All times, baby.
They found
All
him.
times, baby.
They found him on his mower in the backyard. They shouted at him to stop and get on the ground, but he tried to escape on the mower. Deputies chased him on foot before using the taser. When they caught him, deputies found him with a revolver, a handcuff key, and a pipe with meth. He's facing charges of grand theft of a vehicle, felony, mischief, and resisting arrest. So, all right, number 3. Man, this has got Corbin's name all over it. Man asked if his beer is okay after he was ran over at a convenience store.
Yeah. Yep. That's Corbin.
Man asked if his beer is okay after being ran over at a convenience store.
Was it okay?
We'll get to that.
That's Warren County, Tennessee. That's Corbin.
That's Alabama.
I'm gonna go Georgia. Sounds like Atlanta.
Hotlanta.
I don't know if his beer is okay. That's the main thing. What kind of beer was it? Was it natural beer, like Miller Lite?
Didn't say, man.
Twisted Tea,
But this,
Busch Light.
This also happened in Florida.
It's Florida week.
I'm getting sick and tired. I'm about to quit playing.
Oh, you gonna cry? A man was injured after he was hit by a car while walking out of a Florida gas station Tuesday evening. Deputies said 21-year-old woman mistakenly hit the gas instead of the brake, causing her car to smash through the convenience store and send the man flying through the air. The man was taken to the hospital with injuries to face. Because of his face, it had broken glass all in it. He's expected to be okay, but while first responders were helping the man, they said he was in good spirits and asked deputies if the beer he had bought was okay. So that's all he was worried about.
That's the main question. Was the beer okay?
They didn't say.
We need to know. America needs to know, people.
All right, we got one more. Man wakes his neighbors up by screaming and pretending to be a firework.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Why not?
Why y'all doing Florida?
Alabama.
Cape Coral, Florida.
Damn it. I wish you'd quit. Just stop.
I was trying
You
to-
know, I hate so many things you choose to be. You know that?
Me?
Yeah, I hate so many things you
You're
choose
the
to
Vawl
be.
mama. You can't say
You
something.
try,
Oh,
to be
yeah.
you try to be a Colorado fan
Is
for a
he?
few weeks.
Huh?
Is he? Are you?
The Vawl mama?
I'm coming. Where they at?
You're coming.
Hey.
Where they at? Where
Family
they at?
show.
He's talking about Colorado.
Colorado.
He's talking about, don't ban us, Facebook. A man protesting pyrotechnics was caught on Cape Coral security system screaming around 3 a.m. Friday morning. Firecracker, firecracker, boom. People in the southeast 10th Avenue got an early fireworks show. It wasn't one you could see, but one you could definitely hear. The dogs were barking. We go outside and this guy was screaming, so loud. The security cameras captured him screaming. He seemed to be upset that people were celebrating early. But all this happened just before 3 a.m. So she shouted at the guy screaming, and then he screamed back, "Firecracker!" But, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Firecracker, firecracker,
Boom, boom, like Beavis and
Back
Butthead
up,
or
Terry.
something.
Back up.
Yeah,
Oh, God, Terry.
it's like the most Beavis and Butthead thing ever. All right, we'll be right back. We're gonna do our Bowl Mania, and we got a giveaway. Spur's gonna talk about how that goes, and Spur also has to dig out of the cup of
Oh,
misfortune.
gosh, again.
Again?
you've got
'Cause I
used
don't
to doing
lose
that.
around here.
Oh, here we go. We'll be right back.
Do you have dreams about what your property could be? Whether it's driveways, ponds, septic, new home construction, or even forestry mulching, let us earn your business and make your property dreams come true. Call Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408. You can also find us on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for supporting small businesses that support you. Again, that's Premier Excavation at 865-766-9408.
Hey y'all, it's the Vawl Daddy. The C&D Tire Pros are your go-to experts for nearly all of your vehicle needs. Located in the heart of Oak Ridge at 164 Fairbanks Road, they've got a 4.8 out of 5-star rating, and that's very hard to do in the tire business. Tire installation, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, tire rotation, tire repair, brake changes, oil changes, hell, they'll even paint your back porch. I've known Zach since he was in diapers. We went to church together, we went to school together, we played football together. And he's been changing tires since he's been in diapers. Give them a call today, 865-483-7455. Like them on Facebook. That's C&D Tire, 865-483-7455.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man here, the Spank. Like myself, D&M Fencing are the best in the business today. They can install wood, chain link, vinyl, picket, composed metal, barbed wire, heck, bring them bamboo sticks, and they can install them things for you too. D&M Fencing, do it right the first time. Their numbers are 865-435-4515 or 865-387-1026. Give my friend Ted a call today. That's D&M Fencing. Well, as soon
All
as
right, hush. We're back.
well, I'm hungry.
I had one of those volunteer burgers from Hardee's. They're pretty good.
Really?
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes.
Better than the Frisco.
It's very well. They got that candied bacon Frisco now. We're talking.
I don't know. I don't like that candy bacon.
We ain't giving no
No
Hardy.
sponsor.
No.
Non-sponsored.
Until they want to pay us, they're not getting it.
It'd take about 45 minutes to get it.
Let's do our prediction. Let's do our predictions, and then we'll do the giveaway.
That's good, Spank.
Spur lost last week, so he's got to draw out of the cup of misfortune to see what his punishment is.
There's gonna be a lot of misfortune in Orlando for some of us.
So let's see what he can either do this or he's got to
I
donate.
don't think we've done anything this year,
$25.
have we? I don't
We've
even-
got to. We're doing them. We're all gonna do it one day. We're gonna go one Sunday. What you got? Is it bad?
This is great. Pretend to be a Jehovah's Witness at somebody's house, at a stranger's house. Can we do it in Orlando,
We
please?
can. Yeah, but we're gonna take all this to Orlando because we got to get it done.
Pretend to be a Can I pretend to be a Jehovah's Witness that believes in flat Earth too?
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
care.
yes,
You can
it's
have
on.
whatever. You
I
can
think you
have-
should do it in Cofield. No, I think you should do it up on Back Valley.
I know
We
everybody.
need a
in
little.
Orlando-
We need a little camera that we can like put on you somehow.
I'm gonna have to wear a GoPro the entire time we're in Orlando.
That would be hilarious.
You
A
need to do it up-
Jehovah's
I think you
Witness.
need to do it up in New River.
We got to get. We got. Goby.
Yeah,
Goby.
up Goby, yeah.
Goby. All right.
Jehovah's Witness, okay. I had to study Jehovah's Witnesses now and see how they act.
Yeah, we got to take all them to Florida. And we got to like spend a full day in Florida to spend these. All right, so we've got Bowmania, I guess is what we're gonna call it.
Bowmania, Bowmageddon, which one?
Whatever you want to call it. All right, so let them know how this is gonna work. Spur.
All
and
right.
we'll go wide open.
These will be on the Vawls Deep Facebook page. I think there's like 41 to 42 bowl games. When you make your selections, you must also choose your national champion winner. So you not only choose the semifinal games, you choose your champion.
Oh,
right
we're doing
then.
that right now too.
Yes, we're doing that right now too.
Okay.
That's part of it. It's kind of like a bonus pick almost, so to
Well,
speak.
won't we wait to the national championship one until the week of the national
No,
championship?
that makes your pick mean more right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have till the first game kickoff to get these in. So once the bowls start, we're going to cut it off. I believe the first bowl game is the 16th of December. So get them in quick.
Okay, so let me make a note of that.
And Luke, we'll come up with some good prizes for this.
Yeah, we have to come up with like a big like basket full of stuff. Edith wants to know who won the duel before we get started, so she's got money on this. Edith, your boy Spanky won the duel by 1 vote.
Ain't no way.
I had 3 cats vote for me.
Well, he can't do that.
Wait, who won? I did?
You big daddy.
Give it here, Daddy!
It's
Give it here!
Go get it. It's over there.
It's over there. I don't feel like he don't even care. I don't
It's
feel
all
like
about
giving
winning,
up.
but-
That's right.
All right, this is going to be a lot of writing. So, game 1, the Myrtle Beach Bowl, Georgia versus Ohio.
Georgia Southern versus Ohio.
Georgia Southern, yeah.
So let's not put Georgia that far down yet.
Right here with them.
We're gonna go with these quick.
Spanky, you going to go?
I'm going to go with Georgia Southern.
Ohio's 9-3. I'm taking them.
Georgia Southern's lost 5 of the last 7. Give me Ohio.
Ohio for Corbin. You said who, Spur?
I said Ohio.
Ohio as well.
Give me Ohio as well.
No, you said Georgia Southern.
No, I didn't.
I've got Ohio also. The New Orleans Bowl, Louisiana versus Jacksonville State.
It can't be New Orleans, both Louisiana don't win.
Jacksonville State.
Give me Jacksonville State. They played good when I've watched them this year.
You're going Louisiana?
Louisiana Lafayette.
Louisiana Saturday night.
I'm going Louisiana as well. The Cure Bowl, Appalachian State versus Miami.
Of Ohio, by the way.
Miami, Ohio, yeah.
Give me the App State Luke Combses.
Give me the MAC champions, Miami, Ohio. They looked pretty good the other day.
Miami, Ohio is 10-2, but I'm going to take Appalachia State.
I've also got Appalachian State.
Actually, 11-2. Wow.
The new
Miami, Ohio is a hell of a party university. I'll just let everybody know.
New Mexico Bowl, New Mexico State versus Fresno State.
New Mexico State, they have to win this one. It's their bowl game.
I agree. New Mexico State.
Yeah, New Mexico State.
I'm going Fresno State. I'm going off the rail here a little bit. All right. The LA Bowl, Boise State versus UCLA.
It's LA Bowl. UCLA's got to win.
Give me UCLA. They were ranked earlier this year. I still like them okay.
Screw UCLA. Boise State's going to win this damn thing.
Man, so violent.
He's always violent with his picks. I've got UCLA as well. The Independence Bowl, Texas Tech versus Cal.
I'm going to go with Texas Tech.
I also got Texas Tech.
Swing your sword.
Texas Tech, Cal ain't very impressive this year.
So all Texas Techs?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. I've got Texas Tech as well. Famous Toastery Bowl, whatever
Whatever are. They're not very famous, apparently.
I'm going with Western Kentucky. It seems like
let's give the teams their hot shot.
Oh, sorry.
Western Kentucky versus Old Dominion.
I'm going Western Kentucky. It seems like they always win their bowl game, so that's who we're going with.
It's weird they do, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll take Western Kentucky as well, just because of, yeah.
Corbin?
I got the Hilltop as Western Kentucky, too.
I do as well. Western Kentucky for all four of us. The Frisco Bowl, Marshall versus
Frisco Burger.
UTSA.
We are Marshall.
I'm going Marshall.
Give me Texas San Antonio.
First bowl win in history and it's Texas San Antonio.
I've also got UTSA as well. They look pretty decent against Tennessee. Boca Raton Bowl, South Florida versus Syracuse.
Let's go with Tennessee's former offensive coordinator. Let's go South Florida Bulls.
It's tough. They're both 6-6. I like Alex Golesh, so I'm going to go South Florida.
6 wins you're in, Syracuse.
I've also got Syracuse. Gasparilla Bowl, UCF versus Georgia Tech.
Give me them Yellow Jackets, baby.
UCF screwed me royally earlier this year when they beat Oklahoma, so I'm taking UCF.
6 wins and you're in. Give me UCF.
Oklahoma State's who they beat. Let me rephrase that.
I'm going Georgia Tech. They looked really good against Georgia. I think they're going to keep that rolling. Birmingham Bowl, Duke versus Troy.
You can paint me a Birmingham.
Make it look just
Give me
like
Duke.
Troy's 11-2 on the year. They're always pretty solid. I'm taking Troy.
Troy.
I'm going to take Duke in this one. I think they're pretty solid to win this game.
I'm taking Duke as well. Butch is back, baby. Arkansas State versus Northern Illinois in the Camelilla Bowl.
Give me the Fighting Butches.
Champion for life. Let's go, Arkansas State. That's for you, Ryan Jackson.
6 wins and you're in. Northern Illinois ain't picking Butch Jones for nothing.
I'm going with the life champs. Get them some rings. Make them some T-shirts. 5-star hearts.
Yep.
Let's go with Arkansas State. Let's go with the Fighting Wild Joneses. The Armed Forces Bowl, James Madison versus Air Force. This is going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one. That's one.
It's going to be a good one. It's a sleeper.
It is a sleeper. Give me James Madison.
I'm going with James Madison.
I'm taking Air Force. They've been pretty solid so far this year. Had a strong start, kind of fell off a little bit here at the end, but they was solid as could be, undefeated up for so long. And James Madison, they bitched so much they finally got a bowl game. All these teams, all these years, come to Division I, didn't get no bowl games. James Madison had to raise all this hell, and they finally broke the system and got one.
This was tough for me. I wanted to go Air Force, but I went with my gut. I'm going to go James Madison as well. The Potato Bowl, Utah State versus Georgia State.
I'm going with Utah State in this one.
Yeah, give me Utah State. I hate Georgia State for reasons.
Huh, wonder why.
Give me Georgia State.
Georgia State.
I bet that one gets huge ratings. What do you think?
It probably will.
What's funny is if it's in the Idaho Bowl or the Potato Bowl, that's got to be at Idaho Stadium. And Idaho went from FBS to FCS. So they're going to be playing in an FCS stadium if it's like the past.
Hell yeah. I've got Utah State as well. I don't think there's any way Georgia State's going to beat them. That's my opinion. 68 Ventures Bowl, South Alabama versus Eastern Michigan.
South Alabama.
I can't pick a team that's named Emu, so I'm taking South Alabama.
6 wins and you're in. South Alabama.
South Alabama for me as well. The Las Vegas Bowl, Northwestern versus Utah.
Give me Utah.
Utah.
Give me Utah. Northwestern's lucky to have a bowl game. After
Yeah,
all
I
that,
thought I thought this was a really bad matchup. I've got Utah as well.
remember all that controversy beginning of the season. Northwestern's coach after all them years being fired and everything. I'm surprised they even got a bowl game out of all this season.
The Hawaii Bowl, San Jose State versus Coastal Carolina.
Coastal Carolina.
Give me San Jose State.
San Jose State.
I've got San Jose State as well. The Quick Lane Bowl, Bowling Green versus Minnesota. This is going to be such a big Facebook post.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. Minnesota.
Minnesota's got one of these 5-win teams that's made a bowl game somehow. I will still take Minnesota in this one. 5 wins and you're in.
Give me Minnesota. They beat Iowa. They beat Iowa. 6 wins and you're in.
5 wins and you're in this case.
I'm going Minnesota as well. First Responder Bowl, Texas State versus Rice.
Give me Texas State. This is just a terrible bowl game right here.
Texas State.
Texas State.
The Bobcats.
The Vawl Daddy's going to go with Rice. I'm going to go with Rice. Okay. Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Kansas versus
Guarantee what?
Guaranteed rate.
Rate. Spanky, get your mind out of the
sorry.
gutter. Kansas versus UNLV.
Give me the Jayhawks.
I like Kansas.
UNLV's 9-3 on the season. Impressive for them. 8-4 Kansas, but Kansas beat Oklahoma.
That's a good point.
Give me Kansas.
I've got Kansas as well. Military Bowl, Tulane versus Virginia Tech.
Tulane, Virginia Tech continues to struggle.
This one kind of surprised me a little bit because Virginia Tech's favored by 7.5. I like Tulane. They're 11-2. And they still like to beat these Power 5 teams.
Let's go, big dog.
Tulane.
Duke's Mayo Bowl, North Carolina versus West Virginia.
Thank God we're not going there.
I know, I don't want to see Heupel get caught.
I mean,
North
it's a bad
Carolina.
day.
Matt Brown's getting that Mayo.
You know what? I look for an opt-out to leave North Carolina without a quarterback. I'm taking West Virginia.
Yeah, give me West Virginia. I told everybody about North Carolina this year.
Mama. Give me North Carolina. Holiday Bowl, Louisville versus USC.
Caleb Williams isn't playing in this game. I seriously doubt he plays in this game. I will take Louisville for that reason only.
Give me Louisville.
Louisville.
All right, I've got Louisville as
It's getting a
well.
little harder here. Can't help it.
Texas Bowl, Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M.
Oh, give me the Aggies.
Aggies.
Oklahoma State's 9-4. They lost to Georgia Tech earlier this season, just recently. I will take Texas A&M.
Give me Oklahoma State.
I've got Oklahoma State as well.
That conference just didn't impress me any.
Hit the comment box real quick. Miranda wants a recount. Matthew Bowen says South Carolina Juice Wells going to UT. I think that we got a really good shot getting him, unless it's just became official or something. Tyler Duncan says, who's winning the Super Bowl? I'm going to go 49ers right now. And then Edith wants to know, Spanky, what bowl is Colorado playing in this year?
They're not in one.
Fenway Bowl, SMU versus Boston College.
Give me SMU.
SMU.
SMU's 11-2 in the season. Boston College is 6-6. It's their first bowl game since 2019, I believe. Give me SMU.
I've got SMU as well. The Pinstripe Bowl, Miami versus Rutgers.
Give me the U.
Yeah, Miami.
Give me Miami. What was this Miami team everybody said was going to be championship caliber this year? Same old Miami that I always remember.
I've got Miami as well. The Pop-Tarts Bowl, North Carolina State versus Kansas
Hey,
State.
we could go to that. It's in the Camping World Stadium in Orlando, by the way.
What day is that on?
It's 2 days before the Citrus Bowl.
It'll be fun.
Give me Kansas State.
Kansas State.
Give me NC State. Remember, we play it.
I didn't realize that was NC State till I just looked at it again.
Remember, we play NC State next year.
We do. Alamo Bowl.
Who'd you pick in that one?
Oh, my bad. Kansas State.
Okay.
Alamo Bowl, number 12, Oklahoma versus number 14, Arizona. I got Oklahoma.
This is a really good game.
Oklahoma.
I'm going to take Oklahoma.
Where in the hell did Arizona come from? Is what I want to know.
It's been lingering.
Like they come out of nowhere. Give me Arizona just out of that fact. I mean, Oklahoma lost to
Arizona's favored.
Hey, off the top of your head, can you name their mascot?
Arizona.
Wildcats.
No, are they?
Yeah, the Wildcats.
No, they're the. Oh, I'm talking about Arizona
about
State.
Sun Devils.
Yeah, that's what I was. All right, Gator Bowl, Clemson versus Kentucky.
Oh,
So that's why we didn't get the Gator Bowl. Clemson's there.
I thought that was the Music City Bowl.
Give me Clemson.
It says Gator. I mean, that's
No, Auburn's the Music City. That's right. Never mind. I'm going with Clemson.
Give me Clemson. They've played better since the first half of the year.
So all four Clemson, right? Okay.
Yep.
Sun Bowl, Oregon State versus Notre Dame.
Give me the Fighting Irish.
Another game where I expect a opt-out. Give me Oregon State. Wait, no, I'm changing that to Notre Dame. Oregon State's quarterback's transferring already. Okay. Notre Dame.
Give me Oregon State. I think they've been pretty good this year. They've stayed right there in the top 15.
Ukuleele's transferring.
And this is probably the worst Notre Dame team in a pretty good while.
They're pretty bad. I've got Oregon State. Liberty Bowl, Iowa State versus Memphis.
Oh, how great is it to have a ball game in Memphis,
And
only
play-
to find out, hey, guess what? You don't get to go anywhere. You get to stay at home.
Yeah.
Give me Iowa State. It's ugly.
Blue, blue, my blue suede shoes, eh?
Give me them
Go
Tigers.
Memphis? Is that what that
Yeah.
means?
Give me them Tigers of Memphis.
That was a terrible Ed Ogeron impression. Go
I'm going
Tigers.
Iowa State. The Cotton Bowl, Ohio State versus Missouri.
Give
This is a
me.
good one.
We're going to be in this bowl game, everybody. We're going to be standing on some business. Give me Missouri.
I can't believe I'm picking Missouri to beat Ohio State.
I can't believe I did either.
I'm picking Missouri to beat Ohio State.
Well, I'm not. I'm picking for the most wins on this damn board. Give me Ohio State.
They didn't play anybody.
I've got Missouri as well, and it was really hard to write that
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
The Peach Bowl, Penn State versus Ole Miss.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty.
This is a no, really tough. Go ahead, Corbin.
It's tough.
It is tough, but I'm going to take Ole Miss. I think Lane Kiffin has had a hell of a year.
I bet he's going to use them peach
Tends
emojis on
away
Twitter.
to win these games. Give me Ole Miss somehow.
I've got Penn State winning this game. Music City Bowl, Auburn versus Maryland.
War Eagle.
You're going to see my SEC loyalty here. Auburn.
Auburn, ain't no way they're losing to Maryland.
I've got Auburn as well. Let me switch papers here. We're getting close. Orange Bowl, Florida State versus Georgia, if it happens.
Sick 'em. Woof, woof.
I'm calling it right now. Oh, you're not going to win this game, Georgia.
Oh, man. All right.
I got Georgia.
You're picking Georgia?
Yeah, I'm picking Georgia.
I got Georgia. I got Georgia too.
I'm definitely picking Georgia.
Yeah, I've got the puppies as well. Arizona Bowl, Toledo versus Wyoming.
Give me the Cowboys. Wyoming.
God, this is ugly. Give me Toledo. They're 11-2 on the year.
Yeah, give me Toledo.
I've got Toledo as well. Relic West Bowl.
Nice town, nice city.
LSU versus Wisconsin.
Go Tigers.
Give me LSU.
LSU.
Yeah. LSU as well. Citrus Bowl, number 17 Iowa versus the number 1 Tennessee Volunteers.
Anybody picking not against Tennessee?
I don't think so.
Give me those Vawls. Vawls by 50.
Like I said, when Iowa plays ranked opponents, they've scored 0 points this year. Give me Tennessee.
All 4 for Tennessee. Fiesta Bowl, number 8 Oregon versus number 23 Liberty.
I'd love
This
to
is
see
a weird matchup.
This is a weird matchup because we don't know what Bo Nix will do, but Oregon's just so talented. I'm taking Oregon. Liberty's not as good as Tulane was last year, I don't believe.
Give me Bo Nix in his last collegiate game.
If it was 12 team playoff, Liberty would have made the playoffs this year. But give me Oregon and Bo Nix. He's going to ride off the sunset after like 25 years in college football at quarterback at the top.
I've got Oregon as well. I just think it's a stupid matchup personally. I think it's one of them. Let's throw them in there and see if what, you know.
Well, like I said, they would have made the playoff because that's the way the system works.
All right, Rose Bowl, Michigan, Alabama.
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 I won't say the 2 words, but give me Alabama.
That is 4 Alabamas. Sugar Bowl, Washington versus Texas.
Give me the Huskies.
Give me Washington.
Texas.
I've got Washington as well. All right, so who is your national champion?
Huskies.
Alabama.
Lord, forgive me. Alabama.
Huskies for Spanky. Huskies for the Vawl Daddy. Bama for both y'all.
Yeah.
We picking point.
Might as well. Points in the Tennessee game.
Points Tennessee game. I'm going to go with my norm. Whew, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Is the other team going to score? I'm calling it 37.
Go ahead, Corbin.
53.
Luke.
Man, this is tough. You just don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to go 35.
32.
All right.
But we won't need a tiebreaker because I'm going to get all these correct.
We will see. Well, we're still doing NFL after this, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's Travis Duncan at? We need him to make these picks.
That's what I said. So I'm going to start getting him to do them before I pick mine.
I need him for like FanDuel and stuff.
Next week, there's 10 NFL games to pick, boys. So
All right. Well, that's it. That's it. Episode 28 in the books. This will, for the ones if you missed it or you want to catch the rest of it or whatever, it will be uploaded either tonight or first thing in the morning.
hey, thank you to everybody that's tuned in tonight. We had a lot of new people watching.
A lot of new people, a lot of comments, a lot of likes and shares. And
It helps when we're not going up against a certain head coach on the radio, so kind of nice, I think.
I think that might, throw a little people our way. But thank y'all very much, and we'll see y'all next week, hopefully.
Go Vols!